Hey guys, it's me, Droopy1234. So today we're going to be playing Subnautica, and I'm going to cut out more of the grindy parts because in this game there's a lot of just collecting materials and stuff. So I'm just going to grab the fire extinguisher here and put out this fire, but I haven't played in a while and I'm pretty sure the controls are pretty sensitive, so I'm gonna need to get used to the controls a little bit.
You have suffered minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck. Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible. The Aurora suffered orbital pulsation. Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected. New blueprint acquired.
So I think the first thing I probably need to do is just get a bunch of copper and stuff from the limestone outcroppings, because and also some metal salvage, because that can create titanium, and that's a big part of the game because it's it's how you build the multi-purpose rooms, which we'll get later in the game, and those are really useful because you can create bioreactors to power your base and all that stuff. So we're gonna get into that probably in the next episode or the next 2 episodes. But yeah, until then we just need to collect a bunch of stuff and continue on with the storyline. So now I'm just gonna go back into my escape pod thing or whatever, and I'm gonna make this scrap metal or whatever it's called into titanium. Oh, and then I'm gonna make a standard oxygen tank because that'll make it so that my oxygen, I have more oxygen. Oh, and then scanners are also really useful because you can scan stuff and you can get blueprints, which is how we get the multi-purpose rooms. And it's always good to have a lot of storage in this game because each item is 1 slot, And then eventually I'm going to get rid of these because I'm going to have a base and I'm going to be able to get lockers and stuff like that, which are all just storage places for you to, just store all your stuff. So, table coral's gonna be useful for the scanner room because then we can scan for stuff and like scan for metal salvage and stuff like that. The scanner room is just really useful, and then also acid mushrooms are pretty useful because you can gather 2 acid mushrooms and a copper, and then you can use the fabricator to make a battery from those, and then you can make the sea moth and stuff, sea moth, the prawn suit, and the cyclops. I doubt we're gonna make the cyclops in this playthrough, but if we do, then that's gonna be pretty fun to play around with because I've never actually made that in a normal world like this. That's survival.
Vital signs normal. Continuing to monitor.
Scanning fish is hard because they move around and you have to have your cursor like directly pointed at them, and like the peepers are really fast, so they're super hard to scan. And eventually we're gonna fix the escape pod once we get the repair tool, and then once we get the repair tool, we can receive radio messages and stuff like that. And the gasopods are useful because the yellow stuff that comes out of their tails is used to make torpedoes, I'm pretty sure, or certain types of torpedoes for the sea moth. And so yeah, that's pretty useful. So right now, I'm working on a Rocket League video after I'm done with this video, so that's going to be coming out probably in the next week or two after this.
Seek fluid intake.
So I've made an air bladder, or whatever it's called, and that's really useful because when you go really deep and you don't have a rebreather, which we'll probably get to in the next episode, maybe the third episode. We're gonna probably get a lot done in the next 2 episodes. But so the air bladder brings you up to the surface when you activate it, and that's really useful because you have a few seconds to float up to the surface once you hit 0 oxygen. But then instead of just having to wait there to die, you can float up to the surface in those few seconds. So I really like these plant things or whatever because they give you oxygen, and when you're diving deeper and stuff, those can come in really useful because you can get just a few more. You can fill up your oxygen when you're just like a few meters under the surface, so you can dive just like a few meters deeper, which can save you sometimes. One of the things I really like about flares though is that once you throw them, you can pick them back up, and then you can use them for like an infinite light source, and it just never runs out. And also they're super easy to make. They just require 1 cave sulfur, and that's pretty easy to get. You just get them from the exploding fish or whatever it is, and then you collect the cave sulfur from the thing that it comes out of. But I definitely want to get the sea moth because then there are these 2 islands that you can go to. One of them is a big part, I won't spoil it. And we're probably gonna get into that in the next episode too, because I always go to that island after I get the sea moth. But then once we go there, we can get the multi-purpose room and the bulkhead, which is nice. It's basically just a door that gives you hull integrity, and you can close it to make leaks. I mean, not to make leaks, but to get the leaks that are in your base, if you have any, to stay in the place that they are, as long as you have a bulkhead in between the place they have the leaks and the place that doesn't. And then grab traps are also pretty useful because you can place one down, and once you do that, it can catch peepers and other small fish, and you can use that to get some pretty easy food. It just takes a while for it to catch them or for the fish to swim by. This can be a pretty scary game though because of all the leviathans, like the ghost leviathan and the reaper leviathan, and it's just like, if you have a fear of deep water, then this is definitely a pretty scary game. And even with the cyclops, it's pretty scary because there are things that can destroy your cyclops too. The cyclops is basically like it's a big submarine that's basically like a base. But like the
Life on this planet grows
so
in unusually
it's like a
distinct
base
and
because
diverse ecological
it can
biomes.
get holes in
Further
it,
study
and
recommended.
you have to repair those holes if you don't want your cyclops to flood. And it has power, and you can charge batteries in it, and the battery charger is definitely something I want to get because that's really useful. Well, that's gonna be it for this video, so see you guys later. Bye.